What do you think killed Trickshotting? Okay, so that's a juicy one. Great way to start out this video. So, I don't think it's just one thing that killed Trickshotting. I think it's a bunch of different things built up into one big thing. I don't know if that makes any sense. Let me break it down. First things first, I think the newer games just being terrible for Trickshotting. I mean, if you look at the newer games compared to like MWII, Black Ops 2, it just doesn't have that style. I don't know how to put this into words, but it just doesn't feel great for Trickshotting. Something just feels like clunky in a lot of these newer games. And not only that, it feels like every game from Modern Warfare 2019 up until now has been like the exact same game. So if you can trickshot on Modern Warfare 2019, you can trickshot on Vangaurd, and you can trickshot on MW2 and MWIII and Cold War and Black Ops 6. They're all the same game, so it takes no skill. Where back in the day, it was so different from playing COD 4 to MW2 to Black Ops 2 to Black Ops to MW3 to Ghost, AW. It was very rare that you had someone who was good at every single game back in the day. Normally someone would have a main game and they would just stick to that and get really good at that one game. And if you went to another game, it would take time to learn that game and get good. But now there's just no need to learn because every game feels the same. They also added best play, which just sucks. No one likes best play. Even the casuals don't like best play. But the whole point of Trickshot back in the day was to hit a trick shot for final kill cam so you could show off how good you were. So with best play, that just completely got rid of that factor. So yeah, I think the main reason is the new games kind of just suck. I know a lot of people say that they enjoy the new games, but I genuinely think they're just telling themselves that. There's no way you genuinely have fun playing these newer games. There's just no way. When I get on the newer games to Trickshot, it's not fun. I really don't have fun. But yeah, I can go back and play MW2, Black Ops 2, and still have so much fun Trickshotting. But the newer games, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but they're just not fun. I don't enjoy it. I also think when FaZe Clan stopped Trickshotting and moved over to like IRL content, that kind of killed Trickshot too. With FaZe Clan, that was kind of the end goal for everyone. Back in the day, you would work your way through the ranks, join in different teams to hopefully one day maybe join FaZe Clan, and that was the final goal. Your goal was to eventually join FaZe Clan, so once that goal wasn't there anymore, the idea of Trickshot kinda just died out for everyone. FaZe was also carrying the Trickshot community. I mean, like viewership wise and all that. Everyone who Trickshot knew what FaZe Clan was. They would carry them. So yeah, once they sort of quit, it kind of just died down. I also think the use of mods kind of ruined it as well. Nowadays, you don't know what's real, what's not. People can literally grab their controller, press one button like that, and it will do a full combo. It's the nerdiest shit. And I'm not gonna lie, if you do that, it's very weird. Strange behavior, I ain't gonna lie. People use an aimbot so you don't know what's real, what's not. On the newer games, people are reverse boosting, so they're getting into bot lobbies. I'm not sure if you can class that as cheating, but I think it's on the same level, kinda. So yeah, I think that's a big reason, just people faking. But to be honest, the number one reason is probably we're just getting older. People don't have time to sit on COD all day, trickshotting for 12 hours. You know, people have jobs and families now. Like, I'm 25 now. I'm closer to 30, which is crazy to think about, by the way. I'm gonna move on because that's gonna give me a breakdown. But I'm closer to 30 than 20. That's crazy. But yeah, people don't have the time to sit on COD and grind out for 12 hours trying to hit one trick shot to join a team that means nothing really. But yeah, people are just getting older. We don't have the time. I think that's pretty much it. I think them reasons and many other little reasons is why Trickshot died. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Why do you think Trickshot died? Kinda curious to see what you guys say. But yeah, before we carry on with this video, I should probably explain what this is. This is a new format that I'm trying, so I don't know how this is gonna go. But the idea for this video is to make a little podcast, I guess, kinda, maybe. I'm not really sure. But I asked in my community tab the other day for you guys to send in some questions, and we're just gonna yap, get deep. I'm gonna be completely honest in this video. You already know I've got my cup of tea, so yeah, we're just gonna chill and have a chat. Hopefully you guys enjoy this kind of video. It's something a little bit different, so I'm still working on the format. But anyway, let's get into the next question. If you could change one thing about your YouTube career, what would it be? What advice would you give little Dezo just starting out? This is kind of bad of me to say, but don't trickshot. That sounds so bad, but it's just so hard to grow as a trickshotting channel. I mean, this community is like pretty much dead. Like let's be real. It's so hard to grow. I feel like if I were to put this much work into another type of content, I could be way bigger. I've been making YouTube videos for over 10 years. I've made thousands of videos, and I'm at 70,000 subscribers, which is pretty good. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. Would appreciate that. But yeah, that is really good. I'm very happy and proud of that. But I just feel like if I made content on something else, that number would be a lot higher. The issue is, I just love trickshotting, man. It's so fun. It's always been the most fun content for me to make. I've made so many other different type of videos on different channels over the years. I've had some channels be successful, some videos be really successful, but yet trickshotting has always been so fun to me. I'm the type of guy where I can't force myself to do something if I'm not enjoying it. And I think that's why I've always stuck to this type of content, is because I've just always really enjoyed it. But with that being said, I probably would have done something different. I feel like if I could have found the same passion that I had for trickshotting and making trickshotting content, but for a different type of content, I could be way bigger. And it's not all about numbers. I don't really care that much about numbers or money, to be honest, as bad as that sounds. But at the end of the day, I am 25. You know, I've got bills to pay. I've got other responsibilities. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. I don't know if it does. I'm kind of just going with the flow. I'm not scripting or anything. I want this to be like a genuine chat between me and you. I'm just going with the flow. But yeah, I probably would have told little Dezo to try something else. Who inspired you to trickshot? That was Faze Fakey. I was such a fanboy of Faze Fakey back in the day that my gamertag was actually KDWX Fakey. I was the biggest fanboy. I'd watch every Fakey Has game. He is the guy that got me into trickshotting. Shout out Fakey. Actually, I think it was one of my friends from school who showed me a montage from Faze Fakey. So is it my friend who showed me the montage, or is it Faze Fakey? I don't really know. I guess it's like a little bit of both. But he showed me a Faze Fakey montage, and I just thought it was like the coolest thing. But before I actually started trickshotting, I actually used to go around on Black Ops and just no-scope people. I didn't trickshot or anything, but I used to love sniping and just doing like no-scopes and that kind of stuff. So I guess in a way, I was kind of trickshotting before I found out what trickshotting was. So once I saw an actual trickshot, I just fell in love instantly. I became so obsessed with the idea of going for a trick shot. And this was back in 2011, I think. I started trickshotting when MWIII came out, because I remember I would go into private match and I would just practice trick shots with my buddies. So yeah, 2010, 2011-ish. I think that's when I started, but yeah. Faze Fakey got me into trickshotting. Shout out Fakey. If you weren't trickshotting on COD, what other game would you have chosen to grind and make a channel about? Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, it's kind of hard to say. There's so many games out there, but probably GTA, if I'm being honest. I actually did make a GTA channel last year and saw some pretty good growth. I had a few videos do really well, but I kind of found it really hard to make GTA videos. I don't know why. It was just really weird for me. I also found it pointless making a GTA channel when, and now this is a little bit of an announcement, some of you guys know this, but when GTA 6 comes out, I'm gonna be completely switching content. Just being honest with you guys. The second GTA 6 comes out, this channel will officially be a GTA channel. I'm just being completely honest. So yeah, a little bit of a peek into the future, I guess. So I thought it would be pointless to grow a GTA channel when eventually I'm going to be switching to GTA on this channel, if that makes any sense. I need a sip of tea. So yeah, I would probably say GTA. I always played the older games when I was a kid. GTA San Andreas is still one of my favorite video games of all time. The fact that game was on a PlayStation 2, by the way, is insane. So yeah, I would definitely say GTA. Especially with GTA 6 coming out as well. It's almost like guaranteed. I wouldn't say success because you're never guaranteed success, but you know GTA 6 is going to be good. Everyone's going to be wanting to watch videos on it. So yeah, 100% GTA. Why do you think Call of Duty has gone down the toilet in the last few years? I mean, we kind of spoke about this earlier, but outside of a trickshot perspective, I mean, it's so many different things. Skill-based matchmaking, you have one good game, and then you get your ass beat for the next 5 games. They've fixed it now, thank God, but the whole seasonal prestige thing just sucked. The games are always so buggy, at least for me. I think with Call of Duty now it's just entered a new era, and it doesn't feel like the Call of Duty that we all grew up playing and loved. It's not Call of Duty, but it's just called Call of Duty, if that makes any sense. I feel like it should have a different name. I don't know. When I play these newer games, it just doesn't feel like the same game that I grew up playing and loved. I can't quite explain what it is, but it's not the same, and it's just not fun. At least for me. I mean, these older games had so much personality and charm. I mean, look at the new maps on Black Ops 6, for example. I won't lie to you, they suck. I don't think there's one map outside of Nuketown that I get excited to play. But back on MWII, Black Ops 2, all the older games, really, they all had maps that I was really excited to play. They all had so much character. But in the newer games, I look at the maps and it's like, I don't really want to play this. I don't know if you've been on Twitter, or X I should say, but there's people like tweeting out screenshots of everyone voting random because they don't want to play the maps. And that kind of just shows how bad the maps are. They suck. And I think that's the main part of a Call of Duty game, is they need good maps. Look at Ghost, for example. I think Ghost was a great game, but the maps sucked. If Ghost had smaller maps, it would be a top 5 Call of Duty game of all time. Maybe even top 3. It was a great game. It's just the maps suck. And the maps in the newer games are just terrible. I think like Shoot House is the only good map that they have made in the last like 5 years. Honestly, I will be here all day talking about why I hate the newer Call of Duty games, so we're just gonna move on. What was it like quitting your job to become a full-time content creator? Ooh, that is good. So for people who don't know, I used to work in a care home. It's so weird. I feel like I've never even said this in a YouTube video, but I used to work in a care home and it sucked. It was so bad. And looking back at it now, I was at 20,000 subscribers, and I don't know why I quit my job. I really shouldn't have. Even now, I don't know how I'm still making it by. It shocks me every day. I don't know how I'm doing it, to be honest. But yeah, that was really weird. It was just so out of the norm for someone to do something like this. So I was constantly getting questioned. How do you make money? How does it work? And this was an old people's care home, and they just do not understand YouTube at all, and they definitely don't understand Trickshot. So trying to explain to these people that I'm quitting my stable job to spin around in video games was very weird, quite uncomfortable, and they just did not get it. It was very awkward. But yeah, looking back now, I don't know why I quit. It was kind of dumb. It still is dumb. I'm kind of just going with the flow. All I remember really is it just being really awkward. That was pretty much it. Why are you not in a team? So I get this asked a lot. I just don't really understand why people grind out for teams. This is gonna sound bad, but I feel like it's just a waste of time being in a team. Maybe if you're in a team with like all of your friends, that would make sense. I get that. And at least from my experiences with teams, they just take, want, and don't give you anything back. But maybe that's just my experience with teams. I've been in teams where like they just keep asking for stuff, and then like you ask for something back and they're like no. It seems to just work one way. At least that's how my experience has been. Do you think you'll hit 100k and get the silver play button by 2025? At the time of recording this video, there's like 2.5 months until 2025, and I still need 29,000 subscribers. So if I'm being honest, no, I don't think so. But you could help out by subscribing. Make sure you subscribe. Help me hit that 100,000 subscribers. That has been my goal for the longest time, man. I just want one of them plaques. So yeah, if you could subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Just not by 2025. I think maybe in 2025 I'll hit 100,000 subscribers, but not by 2025, if that makes sense. But there you go. That is all the questions that we have time for today. Does that make sense? If you guys have any questions that you want me to answer, leave them in the comments. The whole idea about this is to start like a mini podcast, I guess. And I just want you guys to know me a bit better and just open up. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.